Modern games are bigger than ever. Massive worlds, jaw-dropping graphics, endless content, and yet something feels off. You finish a game and feel nothing. No connection, no lasting impression, just an empty experience. But why? What happened to the soul of gaming? Let's break it down. The assembly line of gaming. In the past, video games were passion projects, often crafted by small teams with a vision. Developers weren't making games because market research told them to. They made them because they had a story to tell, a word to build, or a mechanic they believed in. This is why older games, despite having lower budgets and simpler graphics, often felt more memorable. Every frame, every piece of dialogue, every game mechanic had an identity, something that made it unique. But today, games feel like they're built on an assembly line. AAA publishers treat games more like products than experiences, pumping out sequels and clones of whatever is trending. Just look at how many battle royales, hero shooters, and looter shooters flooded the market after Fortnite, Overwatch, and Destiny took off. Instead of studios innovating, they chase trends, hoping to replicate past successes. The result? A sea of games that feel lifeless and uninspired, designed not with passion but with focus groups and data analytics. The over-monetization problem. Remember when you bought a game and that was it? No microtransactions, no battle passes, just the full experience from day one. Now games are designed to be ongoing services where the goal isn't just to sell you the game but to keep you spending indefinitely. Every aspect of modern game design is built to maximize engagement and, more importantly, revenue. Instead of crafting meaningful progression systems, developers artificially stretch playtime with brand-heavy mechanics that subtly encourage players to pay to speed things up. This isn't just about cosmetics either. Some games lock quality of life improvements, alternate endings, or even core gameplay mechanics behind paywalls. Look at Diablo Immortal, a game where fully upgrading a character could cost over $100,000, or FIFA Ultimate Team, where loot boxes encourage gambling disguised as card packs. Even single-player games aren't safe nowadays. Look at Assassin's Creed, a franchise that once prided itself on storytelling and world building, now selling XP boosts because some progression is deliberately slowed down. This just goes to show that when making money takes priority over player enjoyment, the soul of gaming suffers. The open world fatigue. Open world games were once about discovery, about feeling like you were stepping into a living, breathing world. Games like The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time thrived on real curiosity, rewarding those who explored without needing an endless checklist of objectives. But today, open world designs has become bloated with repetitive side quests, forced busywork, and meaningless collectibles that exist solely to pad out playtime. Instead of giving players freedom, modern open worlds are structured like chore lists with constant waypoints and markers leading you by hand, killing any sense of real adventure. The problem is that bigger doesn't always mean better. A massive world is meaningless if it lacks depth. Yet so many AAA games now prioritize scale over substance. Ubisoft games are infamous for this. Each new entry in Assassin's Creed or Far Cry feels like it was built from the same template. But players are starting to push back. Games like Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild prove that if you trust players to explore at their own pace, the world feels more rewarding. The problem is in open world games themselves. It's about how they've been diluted into formulaic, soulless experiences. Where's the heart? A truly great game doesn't just entertain, it makes you feel something. Whether it's the heartbreak of Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII, eerie loneliness of Shadow of the Colossus, or the gut-punch storytelling of The Last of Us, older games often left a lasting impact. They have slower, more meaningful moments, giving players time to connect with characters and their words. But today, everything moves at breakneck speed, desperate to keep the players engaged at all times. Meaningful storytelling is often sacrificed for cinematic spectacle. Instead of letting players experience the world at their own pace, games constantly bombard them with distractions. A major factor in this shift is the rise of live service games and multiplayer-centric experiences. Many more titles lack strong narratives simply because storytelling isn't a priority anymore. Instead of crafting deep, character-driven adventures, studios focus on battle passes, cosmetic customization, and seasonal events. Games aren't designed to be completed anymore, they're designed to keep you logging in, and when the emotional core of the game is replaced with engagement metrics, it's no surprise that modern gaming often feels empty. How do we fix it? Alright, enough doom and gloom. How do we bring the soul back to gaming? Number 1. Encourage creativity over safe bets. Some of the best games today come from indie studios, teams that take risks and build games out of passion rather than profit. AAA studios need to embrace this mindset again. Instead of just chasing trends, they should foster creativity and give developers the freedom to innovate. Number 2. Make games complete again. Players are tired of paying for unfinished games. A great game should feel complete at launch, not like a framework that will be patched up later. If a studio needs extra time to polish a game, let them have it. Fast releases hurt both the player experience and the game's long-term reputation. Number 3. Focus on depth, not just size. Instead of making games that are bigger, studios should focus on making them better. A smaller handcrafted world with meaningful content will always be more engaging than a massive empty one filled with fetch quests. Number 4. We have let developers take their time. When developers aren't pressured by corporate deadlines, they can focus on making something truly great. Baldur's Gate 3, a game with no battle passes, no microtransactions, and no unnecessary bloat, became one of the most beloved RPGs of all time because it was given the time it needed to be great. Well guys, the good news is the soul of gaming isn't gone, it's just buried under corporate greed. But if we support the right games, we can bring it back. So tell me, what's the last game that actually made you feel something? Drop it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss another upload. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay silver.